Hey there! Today I wanted to speak to you about multiple sclerosis and depression. It doesn't have to be full-blown depression for you to say, "Hey, I have depression," or any of that. Now, I'm not diagnosing anyone. I'm not saying you have depression if you have these symptoms. I wanted to share my symptoms that I've been experiencing since January. And I thought I had everything under control. I thought that I knew what I was doing. I would go walking. I still took my walks, but I wasn't enjoying my walks anymore the way I used to. I wasn't really enjoying my time with my family, and I love them to death, but they were just bugging me out. Like, I had a short fuse, and I know these symptoms of depression. Like, I really do. But in the moment of depression, I did not know I was going through it. So I am just full disclosure here, because I know that I'm not the only one that feels this way. This world is getting very chaotic um, lately and since last year, and it's just very crazy. Coronavirus, and then the snowstorm. Not only Texas had the snowstorm, there has been so many other chaos and weather conditions that have not been expected in many other you know cities, a part of the world. It's not only America, it's anywhere in this world. It could be climate change, it could be so many things, but honestly, the point is that it is crazy out here. And whether it be you having anxiety or me having anxiety getting close to people, I'm a real social person, so I need to see people, I need to hug people. But I can't right now because my husband's like, "Hey, you can't get the coronavirus, you already have central nervous system problems." And my son is like, "Hey, we can't afford to have you sick. Who knows if you'll make it if you have multiple sclerosis." So, and the coronavirus, they're just protecting me. I get it. But honestly, it's just become too much and to handle, period, for whether you have multiple sclerosis or not. So please speak to someone, speak to a counselor. Someone, a mental health therapist, psychiatrists, psychologists are out there, your doctor, your friend. I don't know, sometimes I talk to my friends. Like I said, I usually know what to do, soak my feet, do something I like, but there was nothing I liked at the moment. Like, in the month of January and then trickled down to February, I just caught myself like, "Hey, you know, get yourself together." I just talked to myself, "Hey, get yourself together, because you know what, this is not okay." My son and I feed off of each other, and honestly, that's not okay. It's not okay for me, at least for me. I'm not telling anyone else. I'm just letting you know that for me, it's not okay for my son to actually feel some, maybe some form of depression. I'm not sure. But you know what? These kids are going through a lot as well. And if you're a parent with multiple sclerosis, bless your heart, because it's hard. It's hard enough to have multiple sclerosis, but for this to be affecting my son as well, it really, really broke my heart. So honestly, I'm gonna get my stuff together. I am getting I'm creating my own little form of, like, take care of yourself, self-care, which I know that I usually do it. I usually wake up and stretch, but lately I had been stretching like this, like, and that was it. I'm on my way. Like, that is not a good stretch, Victoria. I told myself, but either way, just wanted to bring that up because, again, I know that there is so much going on in this world, and it's not only children being at home, and now you got to worry about feeding them. Now you got to worry, are they doing their homework? And then they're lying to you saying they're not, and they are, and they're really not. And it's okay, because you know what, they're having a hard time as well. So honestly, I just hope that no one has been falling into depression. But honestly, I had been experiencing these outbursts. Like, I had a very, very short fuse with my son and my husband, which I love dearly, and I love to spend time with them, like I said. But I couldn't take it anymore. It was just like they were getting on nerves, and it was just, I didn't know what to do. And I didn't even, like, I feel that the MS had cluttered my brain in some way, because honestly, I know that my brain, my spinal cord is being attacked in some kind of way, however, or cluttered. But like I said, it's just, I kind of lost it for a month. Like I was in and out. Like the reason why I didn't catch it too well is because there was days where I had 2 good days, and then I had 3 bad days, and then I had 3 bad days, and then 4 good days, things like that. So it wasn't like a set depression. It wasn't. So that's why I'm talking about it, because I feel that had I heard this from someone else, maybe I would have caught it a little faster in myself, because to me, I was like, no way, I don't have depression. I'm happy most days, well, not most days, but at least half of the time, half of the week I'm happy, and then half of the week I'm not happy. But then there's other times where I can't stand it, anyone, and everything gets on my nerves. And since my son and my husband are the people that I spend the most time with, and like I said, usually I enjoy their time and I love them to death, I will literally take a bullet for them. Like literally, it's like no big deal. But I couldn't stand them. I just couldn't stand them. So those are some of the symptoms. I just wanted to put some of the symptoms out that I was feeling, that it was kind of mixed signals, because like I said, there was a day where my son and I were super happy, we were good, we enjoyed ourselves, and then there was other days where I was a maniac. Like I was yelling at him, and it was like, crazy. And then I lost a sense of, hey, you know what, your son is going through a lot too. I kind of lost that, because I wasn't well as well. You know what I'm saying? So either way, it's a lot to handle. So just wanted to put that out there, because I'm not perfect either. So if you're going through something, speaking to someone or doing something out of the ordinary, not something crazy that's going to harm you or any of that, but something semi-fun or semi-different than you've done. Right now I've changed my routine a bit. I've woken up, because I used to, like, during the month of January, I was waking up 5 minutes before work, because I did not want to get out of bed. Now I was still functioning, I was still going to work, I was still tending to my son, checking up on him, but I wasn't really checking on him. I was just like, are you okay? You good? All right, your tummy's full, you good? Okay, bye. Like I wasn't really paying attention to him like I usually used to. Like I used to be like, hey, let me see your grades, let me see what's going on. I kind of lost track, because I was just so in my feelings and just trying to stay away from everyone that was getting on my nerves. I didn't know why. I was getting on my own nerves. I couldn't stand myself sometimes. And I was like, why? Again, if you're feeling this way, it could just be the world, or just tragedy that's happening, and then Lord forbid you watch the news. Oh my God. And so there's just been so many things that can trigger depression, anxiety, and things like that in this world. I know they've always been around, but honestly, it's kind of like piling up all at once. For me, at least it was. So right now in Texas, it is sunny. It does help. My mood is altered with the weather. So when it's gloomy and cold or whatnot, it affects my mood. And I'm not sure if you're like me. I know there's people that don't have MS that have the same excuse me, coronavirus. Just kidding. Just kidding. So I know there's people that don't have MS that have the same issues, because I talk to my friends and they're like, hey, I have the same problems and I don't even have MS. And I'm like, yeah, but it's just this world, and then things that were not of the ordinary that occur in our lives. It distorts our peace of mind. And on top of that, we already suffer from like anxiety or mild depression here and there, and then out of nowhere you're like, oh crap, I really was depressed. So either way, please find some help, find what works for you. Again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist or any of that. If I ever do get to go back to school, I will go go back to school to be a counselor. I really will. But either way, just want to let y'all know that was going on with me, and you're not alone if you do feel those kind of feelings. Again, that doesn't mean that you're depressed or any of that. It just means that, please don't fall into full-blown depression is actually what I'm trying to get out there, the message I'm trying to get out there, because this time is hard. It's tough for everyone. So love y'all. Thank you guys for listening, and have a wonderful day. I hope you guys have a peaceful and great rest of your week. Today is Wednesday. I don't even know what day it is. February the 24th, I believe. Anyways, peace out. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.